No. What the hell is going on? Gypsy making a false symptom. No. Look at that. Oh, that is an embellished story. I think she has a special share in hell with her name on it. And I believe that is going to be the karma. FayeCoopsTV. So we are back to the Gypsy Verse. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm reacting to another of Becca Scoops videos titled Damage Control. And let me tell you, there's been a lot of damage control because since my last update, Gypsy the Liar has been working overtime so her lies don't come up to the mainstream. And let me tell you, and you can skip this part if you don't want to get, if you already know what has been happening. Since my last time I reacted to Becca Scoops video, and let me tell you guys that since then, Gypsy Rose has been banned from Wikipedia because she tried to update and edit her profile, her Wikipedia page, trying to delete the part that says that she has 0.0 proof of the MVP abuse. Then Bailey Sarian, the Bailey Sarian, the one with 7.8 million followers, had to delete 45 minutes of the Gypsy Rose video because, you guess what? Her followers just did a mini riot, a mini backlash, and kind of bring out into the light Bailey. And then she noticed that there's something that is not cooking, that is smelling fishy in all this GRB story. And to top it off, Gypsy the Liar and his lieutenant Bree, they spent 7 hours in a boring as hell TikTok live saying that our girl Becca Scoops is a liar. And no, that is not gonna run. That is not gonna run. No, that's not gonna happen. No, Gypsy. Because let me tell you this, I truly believe that your story is a complete lie. I think, and I don't know guys if you agree with me, since I came to the Gypsy Verse, I noticed that Gypsy survival story is actually a collage of many stories that she absolutely did not experience and keeps updating to paint herself as the ultimate victim. But with that said, let's watch the bomb Becca Scoops threw at Gypsy Rose Blanchard that has her spiraling down.
Yorker and see what else she has to say. All right, here we're back with Nurse Yorker.
Or medicine or toxin, and they can also starve the child.
Total control.
Total control.
Can you explain how, I think one of the most puzzling things for most people who don't understand the syndrome is how a parent can create the symptoms of these terrible illnesses in the child? How Gypsy could present drooling, vomiting, looking like she was having a seizure?
Well, it's a combination of things. They can get the child to present symptoms by over-medicating them. So the child looks drowsy, or you can induce seizures. You can induce vomiting by giving a child Ipecac.
So of all the medications that Gypsy was on, nothing was there that really would do any of these things. We did not see any of those type of medications. And she was not on a long list of prescription meds. Most of them were inhalers, had to do with her breathing. I think there was some Valium or diazepam, which can make you, it's
Anxiety.
anti-anxiety that can, but she wasn't getting that prescription in significant. I don't even know if it was, I think Gypsy, yeah, it was prescribed to her also, but not
All
like
right.
significant.
I'm going to pause it here. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm going to say sorry. But my only problem with these experts, and that is something that Becca Scoops has highlighted in several of her videos, is that most of these experts that talk about the Gypsy Rose Blanchard survival story, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stop calling it survival because it's not survival. Her story of this. These are people that either didn't know about the diagnosis of the microdeletion that Gypsy has, or probably the literature that they were given, it was not, they only like provided just the details, and they just studied that. They didn't go deeper. They actually didn't do their job, like Becca Scoops said, and I truly believe they're not painting the real. Their opinions are not, it's just superficial. They have not seen deeply into the case. So let's continue.
Where you see in no notes where a nurse or a doctor says, patient is groggy, patient is drowsy. You don't see them writing that one time in the medical records. Okay. So let's rule that out right now.
which is medicine made if a child accidentally.
And no, the swallow study is not, you give someone Epicat Cirrus, they're like vomiting. Blech. I mean, right away, right? No, that's not what went on in the swallow study. They talked about how she was only able to take in small quantities of liquids and soft foods. So she wasn't having a reaction to Epicac syrup, which you would be just vomiting, right? She was able.
Sorry that I stopped here. So she does have a swallowing problem. Okay.
Some things down. So obviously Dee Dee had not given her any Epicac syrup.
Discovers pills and ingests them, and it's like a poison control, get the kid to vomit. But if they're giving the child Ipecac to make them vomit so that they look like they've got some terrible stomach condition, then you...
And that was not, Gypsy never presented at the hospital vomiting in that kind of a way where they thought she had a horrible stomach condition. So you see what I mean? This woman is, they don't even talk that much about Gypsy, the Gypsy's case, really. She goes off on these little tangents about other cases.
You can do it that way. Roy Meadows' original article talked about a mother who had her 4-year-old daughter.
Sorry, let me pause this. Please, if you're watching this, take your time. Stop doing whatever you're doing. Sit straight and watch this and listen to this part. It's very important, okay? Here we go.
And hospitalized many times for urinary tract infections. And they finally figured it out when they got a urine specimen that was loaded with red blood cells and bacteria. They typed the red blood cells in the urine, and it wasn't the little girl's blood type. It was the mother's blood type.
Did you guys hear that? That sparked in me like, wait a minute. Didn't Gypsy say something right like that? So Gypsy's watching this woman.
Sorry,
right?
guys. We're going to continue watching this. But this, that she's going to, there is some, Becca Scoops will be reacting to the 24 hours post, I don't know, book edition that Gypsy had on TikTok. She posted like several posts, several long novels on TikTok for 24 hours, okay? And in one of those posts that Becca Scoops was reading on her live, okay? We reacted to some part of that live, but we didn't see everything, okay? So that is what I'm telling you at this point. Go to Becca Scoops and watch all the videos because it's going to blow your mind. So Becca, at some point, she's like reacted very natural, like, oh my God, that is like, I heard that before. There was something that Gypsy Rose wrote in those posts and kind of trigger a memory in Becca Scoops. And now we're gonna see what that was. Okay, here we go.
lately because she posted it on her social media accounts, right? She posted this interview. And I'm listening to this thing where she's talking about this other case where some mother was putting her own blood in her daughter or son's urine specimen, right? And I'm like, wait a minute, Gypsy said that. And I had never heard Gypsy say anything like that before. So let's take a look at that. All right. This is from one of Gypsy's diatribes over the last few days, right? And I was perplexed.
Sorry, guys. Let me stop it here because I'm not sure exactly where Gypsy Rose posted that. You know, I said TikTok, but actually she posted in social media. I don't know which one. Okay, but just in case I made a mistake, I don't know where she posted. I'm assuming it was on TikTok, but I don't know. I don't think so. Let's continue with this.
Saw this because I thought, and you can go back and listen on my live. I go, I think I've heard this somewhere before. Well, I've heard this Beatrice Yorker's interview many times. I've watched that interview many times. And so that's where I heard it. I go, this sounds like a different case. I say that on the live. I go, this sounds like a different case. What am I talking about? Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm talking about when Gypsy
Rose, the liar, as to collage stories of many stories, many stories that are not hers and she never experienced.
This. Gypsy writes on the left-hand side about halfway down. Now let's move on to other things I remember. Test on my kidneys. As a young child, my mother would always listen to this, you guys. She has never said this before, ever, until right now, within the last couple of days. At the same time, she says this, she's posting this interview with Beatrice Yorker. You go ahead and make the correlation.
Come on,
She
Becca.
writes, now let's move on to other things I remember. Tests on my kidneys. As a young child, my mother would always come into the restroom for when they needed a urine specimen. I remember my mother bringing a safety pin that was pinned to her shirt. And after I would pee in the cup, she would prick her finger and drop a few drops of blood into my urine, then claimed I had blood in my urine due to issues with, sorry, I have to find it.
Let me stop it here. See how right there. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is an embellished story. And the worst thing is like she tell on herself because when she posted this, she added this video, the video with the nurse that I forgot her name. Tell me, what the hell is this? What the hell? Like I said, and I believe it with all my heart, Gypsy is a liar. A liar. She's opening her mouth. It's a lie that is coming out.
Issues with my kidneys. Then claimed I had blood in my urine due to issues with my kidneys. Okay, again, this is another example of her making a false symptom. So Gypsy was so...
No. What the hell is going on? Gypsy making a false symptom. No, no, no. No, no, no. Gypsy the liar? Never. Never.
Was so perplexed that she could not come up with her mom making false symptoms. She uses the ridiculous Oragel thing that's been debunked. And so she knows that's not really a good one. And so she's racking her brains. She's racking her brains, you guys, to come up with, right? She's racking her brains. Oh, I better come up with something else. I need to come up with another way that my mom gave me a false symptoms. There really isn't one that I can think of because all my symptoms were real. But let me think. Oh, I remember. I was just listening to that Beatrice Yorker's interview. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Now that I'm joking doing this shit, let's be serious, okay? She remembers all the details that makes her mom a monster. But when she's confronted, because she kind of contradicts herself, suddenly she has a faulty memory. She doesn't recall. She doesn't recall nothing. She has a faulty memory. It's very convenient to have selective amnesia. Gypsy the liar. She has selective amnesia. Her mom is a monster. Her mom is the worst. I don't know, she made a mistake because she forgot something was her mom. Everything is her mom. Her mom is she has the fault even after death. You know, I think she has a special share in hell with her name on it. And I believe that it's going to be, karma is going to come after, I believe in karma. I believe in karma. I don't know about you guys, but she has a long life. She has a long life. Okay? And I believe that karma will knock on her door. And she will pay worse than what happened to her mom. And it doesn't have to include, the same situation. There are many ways that people can pay for their sins. Okay? But let's continue with Becca Scoops video.
That's the ticket. Now, can I prove that 100%? No, of course not.
We cannot
but
prove anything.
You be the judge. You be the judge.
You be the judge.
We've seen
guys.
Gypsy do this in the past. She uses someone else's story and adopts it as her own. And I think the proximity of her posting that Beatrice Yorker interview, right, and writing this, and then I'm listening to the Beatrice Yorker interview and I'm going, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
That's what I was trying to remember on the live. I had heard this story about someone putting the parent putting the blood in the urine. And I know it wasn't Gypsy's story, but where did I hear that at? I couldn't remember. Well, thanks, Gypsy.
Let me tell you, and sorry that I stop here. Let me tell you this, guys. She says that Becca Scoops is the liar, but Becca Scoop is not the liar. Becca Scoop is the one that is gonna make sure that the truth comes out. Because like I said before, Becca Scoops and her husband, they're both professionals. Gypsy Rose is thinking that just because she makes 7-hour, TikTok live trying to debunk Becca Scoops, that is gonna work. Like trying to tarnish her work, trying to make Becca Scoops look like a liar or like somebody that doesn't have the whole truth. Like Becca Scoops doesn't have the whole truth. You don't need the whole truth. Sometimes you just need the perfect details to expose somebody. And those little details, they accumulate until the whole truth comes to light. And I know it will be. It's working. Look at me. I didn't know about this shit about Becca Scoops, you know, work, about many other YouTubers that and creators that I'm now kind of little by little seeing their videos that are also blowing me away. And I will be reacting to all that, not on every video I make, but I will continue, whenever I can, because I'm a college student, but I will make time. I will make time to use my platform to expose this, because this needs to be on mainstream. People have to know the real Gypsy Rose. And let's finish with what Becca Scoops has to say.
Freshen my memory by posting the Beatrice Yorker interview. So there you go, you guys. There you go. All right, let's keep going here. All right, now that you know the context, just let's listen to the last 30 seconds again.
That way.
Let's watch that.
Roy Meadows' original article talked about a mother who had her 4-year-old daughter evaluated and hospitalized many times for urinary tract infections. And they finally figured it out when they got a urine specimen that was loaded with red blood cells and bacteria. They typed the red blood cells in the urine, and it wasn't the little girl's blood type. It was the mother's blood type. And it turns out the mother had been putting her own menstrual blood into her daughter's urine specimens.
There you go. There.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop it here. Please go watch Becca Scoops' video, Damage Control, and many other videos that she has posted lately and recently, because you can run and you can hide, Gypsy, but the truth will come out. The lights. If you like this video, you know what to do. Please subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.